Welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. BlueWestlo here with Robbie V. So kawaii. Don't do the K-pop parts.
Okay, sorry.
Visual listeners, he did the K-pop, or audio listeners, my bad. He did the
Yeah.
K-pop parts. I hate the K-pop
Not only did I
parts.
do that, I took my shirt off in this podcast today.
That's true. If you guys want to see some free, not for free, not on OnlyFans content of Rob's titties,
Yeah, you want to
this
see
is
some
the
flat
episode
jacks?
for you. Rob's being very
Hey, one lax who puts like the chapters in our episode. Put that as the one where I have my shirt off. Put that as Rob's flapjacks for me.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. Rob's being so unkind to himself, but ladies and gentlemen, if you are an audio listener, I would highly recommend watching the visual because Rob talks mad shit about himself, but I have to say the starvation for his wedding prep has been going really well. He's been popping off. Now, besides seeing Rob's titties out, we talk a lot about Rob and his crisis with his kitty. Reese had a big scare over this week. In addition, we also talk about Rob's wedding usher responsibilities being incredibly stressful. We also talk about his lake house sunburn and how he damn near almost lost his leg, monka ass.
I did, dude. I swear.
And finally, we talk about the RDJ Doctor Doom casting, which we have some mixed opinions. And by we, I mean, I'm going to talk about how much I hate it. So if you want to watch all that and more, stick around.
Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, give you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. I know it might be like a weird kind of topic or something kind of sensitive to talk about, but Hims is changing the game. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. When my time comes, you know I'm going to be coming to Hims for sure. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/GG. That's HIMS.com/GG for your personalized ED treatment options. him.com/GG. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or variety over safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with the healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's always easy to compare yourself to other people. I mean, I've talked about it a million times. I've done it all the time, especially with other content creators, comparing myself, looking at their numbers versus my numbers, which is probably literally the most unhealthy thing you can do. That's actually one of the things my therapist and I talked about, and what like methods and tools I can use to not do that and, take away, my joy and by just comparing myself to others. And now I really don't even try and compare myself to anybody. I just stay in my own lane and, I'm happy with the process and happy with everything that comes along the way. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 239 or
237.
Fuck.
We both
just like Mr. Fruit. I'm no better.
No, we were both really goofy last week, and you're like, I think it's 240, and I was like, you know what, man? I think it's 242, and it was not even close to 240.
Not even close. Welcome back, everybody. As you guys may see, I went outside today. I have a little color to me. Unfortunately, hold on, I'm gonna cover my. Am I allowed to take off my shirt on YouTube? Is that a thing?
You're absolutely allowed to take off your shirt. You guys are getting this for free.
Because
audio listeners.
Hold on.
Here he goes.
I got I got a sunburn, and it's the first time that my sunburn looks like I'm wearing like a crop top.
You have a wife beater sunburn.
What's good? Look at that. Yeah.
Rob, I have to say, starving yourself
looks so bad, bro.
Starving yourself has really paid off, big guy.
I'm trying to put this cover my flapjacks.
Flappies. A flapping birds.
Oh, sorry.
Damn. So why were you
Um,
out for
my,
said sunburn?
so I've been like pretty much AFK since like Thursday. My friend Logan was getting married this weekend. And he's getting married like where I live. So all my friends who are visiting from out of town were basically staying with me. Um, and when we were getting everything ready, this kind of leads into my other story. As we're getting kind of ready and we're setting up the guest bedroom. This is Wednesday night, like of 9 o'clock. And they probably arrived the next day at like 1 o'clock. So I'm getting like the guest bedroom ready. I'm like taking off the sheets. I'm a great host. I want my guests to sleep in nice sheets, nice blankets, clean bed. And I take the sheets off, and Sydney and I notice these little like red drops
No
like
shot.
on like the bed. And
Shot.
like and they're spread out. Like it's not like in a certain like specific area. It's just like a little red dot here, a little red dot there, over here, and it's kind of like spread over the bed. I'm like, that's really weird. Like only like blood would stain a mattress like that. Like that's really weird. And then like around it, like if you've ever like peed the bed, like what kind of pee a stain like leaves a stain. So it would be like a little red dot, and then like around it would be like kind of like this light brown, like kind of pee stain.
Yeah.
So we sit there and we're like, is your Nana like, because like her Nana was visiting 2 weeks before. And we were like, does your Nana like bleed in her sleep or something? Like what? Sydney was like this close to calling her Nana, be like, hey, do you like bleed in your sleep or something? And so we originally thought that the stains were just on the mattress.
Yeah.
So we still kept the sheets on. And then later in the day, come to find out, as I'm putting on the new duvet that I just did, I see blood stains on the sheets.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, okay, that's gross. I need to take these sheets off. And as I'm taking the sheets off, the cats are with me hanging out, and Reese is in there. And so I take off the sheets, and Sydney's playing a game of League of Legends. Side note and sidebar: Sydney is obsessed with League of Legends, and has been playing League of
We've lost her,
Legends for the
boys.
past 2 weeks, like probably 6 hours a day.
We've
I'm not
lost
even
her,
joking.
boys. We've lost her.
I'm not even joking. She queues League of Legends like 5 hours a day. I'm not even joking, and she loves it. It's kind of awesome.
Quick detour. This sucks.
Yeah.
CS:GO boyfriend, League of Legends girl friend. This is, you guys are the stereotype. But continue on.
So as I'm showing Sydney the sheets, I go, look, the blood was on the sheets too. So this like must have been recent, but like it was still the sheets your Nana was using, I think. So I'm like, ew, I'm not doing that. Take the sheets off. Oh no, like the sheets were already off. I walk back into the room. There is a new, longer, bigger red stain that was
Oh,
not
no.
there previously. And who is on the bed? Reese. And I look at her and I'm like, what is it? Like, is this throw up? Like, what is this? And this is around like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I get Sydney and I go, it's Reese. I go, I think Reese is like pissing blood. And like, for those that don't know, we got back from a movie and we went to Max's box, and he had like a lot of blood in his box. And that was kind of like the beginning of the end for Max. So we were like super, super, super like triggered and like scared and like,
Yeah.
so I immediately and we think it's like, cuz like maybe their box is really bad, and like cuz sometimes like, we don't really keep up with their box sometimes. So sometimes their box gets kind of bad and we feel bad, so maybe they wanted to go into like another place to go do her business. But if like when cats pee on something, they're going to like continuously like pee on it.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like nip it in the bud. So we had to like throw that mattress out. So now I have people coming over tomorrow in a guest bedroom, no mattress in the guest bedroom. And so I'm on my way to Walmart to pick up litter, and Sydney calls me and goes like, hey, while you've been gone, Reese has tried to use the bathroom like 5 times. Keeps running out and back into her box, and like only like little spurts of blood are coming out like in the box. Like you could see like in the litter, it like have a little like maybe like a dot like this big, and it
Yeah.
would be like, and it would just be like a little tint of red. Um, and so we decided to take her to the emergency vet at about 9:40. We call, and I don't know if you've ever been to the emergency vet. I think the emergency vet might be for the hardest place for me to be at.
Yeah.
Because like you see all kind like I don't know if as time goes on, I feel like I'm a lot more like I'm not an empath by any means. Like you feel like other people's emotions like super hard. But like, man, we were in line. There's like a woman holding her dog, like bawling her eyes out. There's like a family with like their dog, and like this dog like walks out like gray eyes, like clearly blind in both eyes, a little like a little tube going into his nose, and like throws up at the door, and it's all like this yellow bile. Like it is just this like the saddest place ever. I literally just like went outside and just like cried for like an hour. And then we get in, we meet with the tactician at like 10:30. We don't get to see the doctor. I'm not joking you. And like I get it. There's like a lot more like animals there that probably need like dire need before Reese. But we were there. We saw the tactician or whatever at like 10:30. We didn't get to see the doctor till about 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, we waited about an hour and a half to get to the doctor. And then like the doctor like tells us what they're gonna do. So like they haven't even like taken Reese out in the back. So like they still have to like take Reese and do all these like tests and stuff. Um so it's about like 12:15. Doctor finally gets Reese, and we don't see her for about an hour. So at this point, it's probably about 1:30. Sydney and I are the last ones in there. And it turns out Reese has a UTI, which is very common in cats. I think it was, and these things called like crystallizes, basically like it's like these sharp crystals caused by bacteria. Um, and thankfully, all she has to do is take this Pepto-Bismol, which she has been doing so good at. Um, and these pills, she already took all the pills though. But thankfully, our little girl's gonna be okay. Just a little UTI. She's already been kind of acting herself. Let me see if I can grab her. Behind me. Let's show the people that you're okay. So she's been hanging out with me. Say hi, Weiss.
Powerful kitty.
You've been so strong, and I've been shoving syringes down your mouth. Mhm. You've been so good. I never really get to show you, Reese, on the podcast because you don't like to be held. All right, you can go back down. So yeah, just kind of having to deal with the emergency vet. It was kind of a lot, but you know, Max dealt with a lot of like medical issues later in his life, and a lot of that stemmed from that kind of old head thinking of like, what's a cat? Like it just gets sick. Like you don't like cats are just cats. You don't take them to the vet or something like that. Or just animals like it's just an animal. We don't take a vet. That's expensive. That's kind of how like Max was raised. And like I get it. Like when you have like an animal and like you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's hard to like prioritize like let me put my animal first for a second. So we always like swore after Max passed away that like if anything like came up like this, that like we would like immediately try and act on it. And thankfully in the process of this, I haven't seen any more new blood. She's eating regularly, she's normal. Um, and yeah, thankfully everything is gonna be okay with Reese. It was a little scary at first, because again, I don't like any kind of blood coming out of my animals. I don't want to see any of my animals' blood ever.
Yeah.
But everything's gonna be okay, which is good.
Yeah. Animal anything is just so difficult. I remember I thought that Boomy might have gotten into some pills, and
Oh my god.
I was pissed first and foremost. But then after I was done
Yeah.
being pissed, I was like, okay, like I got to figure out what to do.
Is he okay?
It's like 11 at night, and so they're like, yeah, you need to. What you can do since there's no vets open, is you can try forcing him to vomit, and
Yeah.
if that doesn't work, try taking him to the emergency room. If after the vomiting, If he's
Mhm.
still acting weird, try, taking him to the emergency room. So I was literally sitting there basically crying, giving him alcohol, peanut butter,
Oh, like that because just to make him throw up.
alcohol makes dogs throw up.
Mhm.
And it's not like I was giving him shots. All right, guys, like they specifically were like, yeah, you give him like peroxide. And
That's it. Yeah, dude.
so
Anything involving pets is so scary.
I'm feeding him this alcohol peanut butter, and I'm literally crying. Luckily, he didn't have anything in his stomach. He
That's good.
was pissed, but he was hungry after.
He was pissed back at you
He
for
was
like,
pissed,
I
like,
told
bro,
you.
you made me throw up. What the fuck? So yeah, it was fine. Everything was fine. But yeah, I was basically bawling my fucking eyes out, giving him this. I was like, oh my god, I'm making my dog throw up. I'm the worst fucking human being alive,
Yeah.
man. I'm literally the worst.
That's how I feel like with like Reese's syringe. I literally have to like hold like she's like eating happily, and then
Yep.
like I have to like interrupt halfway through, like grab her head and just like take this syringe and just like at some point she finally opens it, and then I just like slowly squeeze it. She's like, and then moves on, and then that's it.
Yeah, animal stuff is so difficult. I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but like okay, so
I'm gonna
like
piss my eyes out, man.
thankfully she was okay, but she picked the fucking damnest time to do this because like now I get home at 2 in the morning and like I'm super stressed. I keep like following Reese to her box, making sure her box habits are like
Yeah.
okay. I mean, the first time she gets here, she literally would like go in the box, come out, wait 2 minutes, go back in the box. She did that like for like 20 minutes. And like I was just like so stressed that like I kept following her. So like I didn't even end up going to bed till like about 4 in the morning. And then like
Yeah.
to put this in perspective, like I still have a guest bedroom to set up now that I have a guest bedroom that people are planning on staying in with no mattress now. So I have to go buy a new mattress um and set up this guest bedroom before my friends get here. And also, um I never expected her to help me. Like I've never because like they're my friends and this is like my thing that I agree to. So I should like have the responsibility of like making sure they have what they need. Sydney was leaving for her bachelorette party. So I wasn't gonna have like a ton of help, even though she did help me a ton. Um, she wasn't gonna be able to help me as long as like she would have liked to. Because she was leaving for her place. And big shouts out to all the people that saw my Instagram and bought her a drink from her Venmo link. Thank you guys for that.
Yo, gas.
She was very thankful for that. That was very cool. I always see that, and I've never done that where it's like buy the drink, like buy her a drink, guys. So I threw up her link, and a lot of people were very cool and sent her some Venmos to get some alcohol. So thank you guys for that. Um, I wake up Thursday, like 4 hours of sleep. Immediately run to Walmart. As I'm running into Walmart, I actually run into the groom who's getting married. That was kind of funny. Obviously the groom's getting married. I don't know why I said that. I run into my friend Logan who's getting married. And all right. Logan, I love you, and like I know he knows this, and I think he would like agree. And it's like an honor. I would never say no. If any of my friends ever asked me, I would never say no. But I am going to talk about the responsibility that I hate that is being an usher.
Oh,
Have you ever been asked to be an usher at a wedding, Blue?
I have not. No.
Okay, so like an what I know like an usher is like an honor, like it's like an honor thing. It's like kind of like, hey, like you didn't make the groomsmen, but like you're a homie. Like, would you like to like be an usher and still be like some sort involved in the wedding? Um, but there's like a big pressure that comes to that because like I was supposed to be an usher with like one of the bride's like cousins. Okay, never saw that. It was just Rob. Um, so this was a very like Catholic wedding. So it was held like in a Catholic church, and the groom specifically like wanted the seats to be like, like organized, not like all the bride's family on the left side and then like his. So it didn't go like, it wasn't like even. So he like tells me this and like kind of tells me like how he wants like the seating to look. And I just like realized like, oh my fucking God, if I'm not able to like sit everybody correctly, it's going to look so weird with all these gaps and like it's going to be my fault. Um, so as like as like family and I let like the like adults like who are like in their 40s like kind of like figure it out. You can figure out where to sit. It was more so for like the older folks that like I would like walk down and be like, would you like to sit here, like does this work, are you with family? um it's just like so much pressure to be an usher that
Yeah.
like I just it's not that like I didn't want to do it. It's just like I didn't want to mess up. And like I care about like Logan so much that like I did not want to like mess that up. Um so I tried my best to get it all like sorted. I would like to think I did an okay job, but like some people just have a mind of their own, man. Like I'm like, hey guys, like the groom like requested that like we like try and like fill up every like what do they call them in the fucking church? Like the benches. What do they call those?
Oh, the pews.
Yeah, I was like the bride would or they would like all the pews to be like filled with like no gaps in between. And they're like, "Oh, we just like to sit here though." It's like, "Oh, all right, well." like
Well, fuck me
okay,
then.
like
I mean, well, fuck me.
yeah, basically. And like I don't know, I never want to like walk up and be like, "Hey, can you guys like move?" Like I just did like I but like I did it sometimes. Like I would like uncomfortably was like, "Oh my god, I fucking hate my life, but I have to do this." Um and it was a Catholic wedding. I don't know if you've ever been to Catholic wedding. But it's quite um, a lot of mass, a lot of I didn't kn I didn't know that, like, the Catholic religion, like, with the cracker and the wine and stuff like that, I didn't know that, like, it starts off as just, like, a normal cracker and wine, and then, like, they, like, trains almost like I hate to say witchcraft, but, like, that's what it fucking looked like if you ask me. But basically, like, holding the cracker and being like, "Thank you for your sacrifice. Like, we fucking love you." And then everyone in the crowd's like, "We fucking love you." And I'm like, this is like, I'm out of my element right now. But there is like kind of like it's weird. It's like kind of a cool thing to see too. I was like watching this. I was like, I'm at like an Illuminati meeting right now. I swear to God, it was like one of like the most interesting.
Catholicism mass goes hard. And I was talking to one of my friends who is also she's a practicing witch, and the amount of similarities between Catholicism and witchcraft is so striking because
Yeah, dude.
so much of it is like really feels like a ritual, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was like my first time like really kind of like understanding that and like really like watching and like learning, I guess. But like that church was beautiful. It was really cool. I've always wondered what it looked like inside. It was funny. I walked out of the rehearsal going, I want to bang in a Catholic church. That's like what I came out of it out of the rehearsal. I was
Dude,
like,
I want to
damn,
record.
banging in a Catholic church would be sick.
That's why so many movies be filming in churches like that because they're just gorgeous, and some Illuminati type shit went down in there. So yeah, of course you would want to just be banging in the pews.
Yeah, bro. So like the mass, I ain't gonna lie, a little boring, but my boy got married. That's what the cool part is.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
um, everything went great. Get to the venue, have some fun, get some drinks. I got ridiculed the whole night for drinking Dirty Shirley's. Okay. Nothing wrong with
What?
a man in tune with his sexuality, thinking it's not weird to drink a girly drink because it's a tasty drink.
You're
Nothing wrong
also
with that.
you're also at a Catholic hyper traditional marriage, like a marriage. So you're gonna have those like traditional boomers. You know, I get it.
Yeah. So got absolutely ridiculed for my Dirty Shirley's. No, I did not stop drinking them. I doubled down.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Um
I'm getting married soon. Me and my wife fuck. You could eat my ass.
um trying to remember anything else that was super super memorable. Oh, okay. And then as you guys can see, as I showed you, for the first time, I know I talk about it a lot. I always say like my favorite vacation I've ever done is a Lake Powell like houseboating trip that I did back in high school. Um, and we were able to hang out at one of the groom's best friends, family's friends, best friends. If you can stay in line with that, the groom's best man, parents, best friends. So it's like just a family friend, bro. First of all, the guy who owns it, uh, owns a veterinarian like supply company business, basically like supplies veterinarian. He started off as a veterinarian and then started off his like own company that like supplies veterinarian with like supplies and stuff like that. He was telling me like, like back in the 90s, if you had a gerbil that was like sick or like had bad teeth, it was like, well, it's a gerbil, like get another one. And he's like, and now today's like, we're like, one of our company's things is like, we specialize in like dental equipment for gerbils. I was like, it's like, what? I was like,
Such a hyper specific thing.
exactly. And like, they had the most gorgeous house on the lake, and they had a speedboat, which I was all about, and a tube, which I was even more about. So for the first time in like 15 years, I finally got to be back out on the lake, which is why I have my Nikola Jokic tan line. I was wearing my Nuggets jersey yesterday, and me and sunscreen. I'm not like putting it everywhere, making sure it's all in there. If it's like this spray one, I then like rub it in and I'm good to go. Like that's basically it, which isn't a great thing because I'm white as fuck and I fry in the sun. But I think it's important though, if you have a sunscreen, just keep the skin moisturized and it'll be okay. If you don't moisturize your skin, you're gonna start shedding. Just throw some Aquaphor on that bitch, you'll be all right. So we got to go boating. I went boating with my friend Heron, Chad, Logan. I think Jack was on there as well, and his girlfriend. And we got to tube, but Chad, we were going so fast on that thing, dude. I got to go tubing 3 times, got flown off every time. I got thrown off so hard, my britches be falling down every time, bro.
Oh, no,
Bare
bro.
ass, like
Nah,
skipping
bro.
across the water. I almost thought I got a water enema. I can't lie.
But your ass probably felt clean as fuck, baby. Let's fucking go.
And bro, people who like know lake life can maybe like attest to this. If you're getting thrown on the tube, it's actually like the most insane workout, man. Like you're holding on for dear life, getting thrown up and like getting like it was a
Motorboated.
blast. But bro, I got back on that. Oh, dude, something kind of scary happened. So like, we're on there with like a bunch of like, I didn't tell anybody this, but I was like, I can't. Okay, so I'll explain. So I got done, and I'm trying to get like back on the boat, and I didn't know that there's a ladder to get back on the boat. So like the propeller's like still going on the boat, which is like if you're getting back on the boat, the common courtesy is to turn it off. Well, Chad didn't, which is like fine. So like I'm trying to like pull myself up like out of the water on top of like the speedboat with like my forearm. So I'm going like this. And like as I'm pushing forward, I notice my feet like fling in front of me like that.
No
and like
shot.
I'm not joking, yo, bro. I can feel like the propeller spinning. And I swear, bro, it was like that. And I just barely missed my foot. Just barely missed my foot, dude. I would have got fuck. Oh, I don't know what would have happened. I probably would have cut my foot pretty good. But yeah, because I was like trying to pull myself up, so my momentum threw my feet like forward near the propeller, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then Logan's like, "Yo, ladder right here." I was like, "Oh shit." And then I get back in that boat, dude, and I'm not joking you. For 8 minutes, I had to like buckle down and be like, "Okay, not in front of your friends. Don't have a panic attack that you can't catch your breath and that you're out of breath and that you're about to throw up."
Yeah.
So like for 8 minutes, I'm literally just sitting there going like, and then the occasional like trying to like hold it like a throw up while everyone else is having fun. And then thankfully, as soon as I caught my breath, I was back. But man, I gotta say this: if you are lake people and you are able to live and do those lake things in that tax bracket, good for you. I'm so jealous. Keep having that much fun. Because I think now, like, if I could do like have anything in my life, I think it would be like boating stuff. Like if I ever got to like that tax bracket, it would be like I would have a boat. But like I just know like especially here in Colorado, it's pretty stupid.
I still can't get over the fact that no matter what, you will be in a dire situation. You will be struggling. You will literally be having a panic attack, and you will be like, "Yeah, guys, not a big deal. I'm fine."
Dude, I'm not making a scene. I don't want my friends to think I'm weird.
You're
like, I don't
insane to me, dude. I hate you.
Like, I was like, if I was like, I'm about to like literally die. I
You
was like, I'm gonna
fucking
throw up.
suck,
I
man.
can't breathe. I
hate
can't
you.
breathe.
I hate you.
But then the guy who's doing it with me's totally fine. So it's like I'm out of shape. I'm gross. So I'm like, I just don't want to like make a scene. So I sit there 8 minutes.
I'm not weak.
Catch me, yeah, like just like don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch, don't like just trying to catch my breath. And then thank God, like 2 minutes, like 8 minutes later, I could finally like breathe and like talk normally. But yeah, man, this weekend was a ton of fun. Big congratulations to the Millers. Actually, I forgot to talk about this. So you know how like in weddings, photography is like an important thing. So for our we were getting ready at like this like boutique hotel that's like near the church. And we're supposed to be getting our pictures taken while we're getting ready. Photographer's supposed to meet us at 3:00. So get ready at 3. Ceremony starts at 4:30. So 3 to 4, get ready. 4 to 4:30, walk to the venue.
Yeah.
So 3:00 rolls around, no photographer. Well, that's
Oof.
a little weird. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So people start like getting ready. 10 minutes rolls by, like no photographer. 15 minutes rolls, no photographer. 20 minutes rolls by, no
Very weird.
photographer. 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Bro, the photographers just didn't show up for like
What?
Logan like getting ready. Yeah. So I took it upon myself
Hell yeah.
to be the photographer, which is really cool and they were super appreciative of. Sydney says I don't have a very good eye. But let me tell you, I smacked on those pictures. I did really good, and I only charged them $0. I'll have to show you some of the pictures that I took when my phone's not actually dead. Because I felt like I was doing these cool angles where we had all the bouquets, and I did the portrait mode, and I put the bouquet, so the bouquet was like in focus, but in the background it was the boys getting ready, and they were out of focus, so it was like kind of like a 2-layer photo. And then like Logan would be standing in front of his dad, and then like his dad would be like behind him, so it was like I got like a picture of them like side by side, but it was like he was watching his son take the next step of his generation. It was like just layered. So that was really awesome. I love that dude, and I would do anything for him. So the responsibilities of being an usher and being the photographer this weekend, I do it all over again for somebody like him. Now, the next event is my wedding. That's all anybody could really talk about is how excited they were for my wedding. So now the pressure for my wedding to be super fun is over the moon right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think I'm gonna say it. I think we're gonna have a ratchet ass wedding. I'm gonna be.
What
real
do you
with you.
mean
I
a
think there's-
ratchet ass wedding? Go with
No, in
please
the sense that
explain.
like on the dance floor. I'm talking about like on the dance.
That's just gonna
floor.
get turned
Like,
the fuck up. All right, I got it.
think we're gonna just like have ass shaking, like grinding.
You're
like,
gonna have that white trash. You're gonna have that bitches on the floor. You're gonna have that dropping that shit low to Meg. I
because
feel
like
that.
okay, so like so again, this was a Catholic wedding, so there are kids around, you know. So like the wedding playlist was your, I think what you would consider like a generic wedding kind of playlist. No, we were dancing to that. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. But I mean, just as bad, honestly. It was like, this woman is my destiny. I said, woo, woo, woo. Like that kind of music.
Shut
like,
up and fucking kill
so
me.
Like that music's like cool for like, you know, every
for like
little spurts
12-year-olds.
and that, yeah, but like once it's like, you know, every other song, it's like, all right, yo, I need like Yeah by Usher now. And unfortunately, the DJ played like Yeah as like one of the last songs when like everybody was kind of like
On the cool
getting
down.
ready to leave and stuff like that. But there were some bangers, but like we had to request them. Like Every Time We Touch, that was probably like one of the highlights. Dancing Queen by ABBA. Like I don't care if that song comes on while I'm at a wedding. I don't care what I'm doing. Like I don't know what movie it is, but you know that like that cop that runs and he's like, that is literally me. Like I hear ABBA. I don't care if I'm in the middle of a conversation with you and we're about to ink an 8-figure deal. I'm out. Like I hear ABBA and that's it.
Will they
so
play
yeah,
the right music? Yes.
yeah.
You're in the mood for dance.
Wedding was a blast. It was awesome to hang out with like all my like IRL college buddies again. You know, they all live in like different places, and I really only get to like see them when like we're playing like college football these days.
Yeah.
So it's always like super fun to hang out with them. It's like they're the kind of people in my life where it's like you don't have to talk to them every day, but like as soon as you see them, you just like start right where you're off or like right where you left off, and it's like nothing really ever is like changed. Um, so again, congratulations to the Millers.
Congrats.
That's what I was doing all weekend. That's why I've been streaming all weekend, been hosting, making sure people have what they need. So Monday, I will officially get back to my Elden Ring playthrough, and we're gonna start our Millennia attempts. And then once I beat Millennia, we'll move on to the DLC.
I am waiting patiently.
Yeah, trust me, because like my plan was Thursday morning stream from like 7 to like 1 or 2, and like get that last like Millennia stream in, and then stream on Monday for the DLC. But then like Reese had that like blow up, so we had to. I just didn't have time for it anymore. But yeah, everything worked out this weekend. It was a very, 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 very busy weekend for me. For the first time in my life, it was literally like I don't have time to like stream or like do anything outside of like doing this. And it was like kind of one of those things where it was like I kind of wanted to be in the moment, so I wasn't on my phone too much. Like I was trying to like really like take it all in and whatnot. Yeah, gaming and wedding stuff. Speaking of wedding stuff, Marvel, you could say, had a wedding of their own. Some would say, no, I don't know how to
I don't
transition
know
this.
how
Robert Downing Jr. is fucking Doctor Doom, and he's married to the MCU again. That's
he's
how
fucking Doctor Doom, guys, and that's how marriage works. You start with that, and then you get married.
Why? Okay, so for those that don't know, at San Diego Comic Con, Marvel, of course, held their press conference, kind of doing like what VOT does, where they're like, "This is like what our like
Here's
phases look
phase
like."
7 through 8.
Yeah,
through
so
9
I think they did
through 10.
I don't think they went through like phases, but they showed like the new Avengers movies because of obviously like the whole Kang thing. Because they're obviously like going away from the Kang stuff, which is so funny. Like, I wonder like how that works. Or like they're just like not just gonna mention it all and just kind of brush over it. But at Marvel's thing, they announced Avengers Doomsday. Doctor Doom has obviously been teased, talked about, basically been told is the only kind of way Marvel is saved at this moment. Marvel has finally officially hit the break glass in case Marvel is failing Doctor Doom glass.
Yeah, 100%.
But not only did they break that glass, they broke the biggest glass case I didn't even think about. I didn't even think this was a possibility. They broke the have Robert Downing Jr. save the Marvel Universe once again glass. And everybody seems super excited about it, except somebody in here.
Yep. Listen, dude, I don't want to be okay. I would like to preface this.
Yeah, preface.
I would like to preface this by saying, if you like this, I am really happy for you. I am really happy that you are excited, and I think your enjoyment should have all the enjoyment in the world if you think this is tight. And my opinion should not change your enjoyment because this is just how I feel.
Yep, that's an opinion.
This
folks.
sucks. This is so stupid. God, why do we have to have RDJ come in and probably take like $50 million of the budget when they could have had someone else come in and play a perfectly good Doctor Doom? But instead, we have to have RDJ, who a lot of people are only going to come back to because of the fact that it is a nostalgia bait, because people are already nostalgic for the Marvel shit.
Remember Iron Man? So
and it's probably going to be some weird multiverse shit.
That's what I was wondering.
Unless, and the only way I would like this is if they didn't do multiverse shit, is if he has the treatment like Thanos, where you don't even know, unless you're told, you wouldn't know Josh Brolin was playing Thanos. So unless they have like a crazy bit, like some crazy makeup department shit, and he doesn't look like RDJ at all, then I would be like, wicked. Okay, cool. Like basically new character. But if we get like a weird multiverses Iron Man is Doctor Doom, I'm actually
Yeah.
going to get terminally depressed, and I'm going to hate it, and I'm going to think it sucks, and I'm going to cringe every time it happens. That being said, RDJ has charisma out the ass, so if anyone can make it work, it is him. But it also makes me a little upset because people are like, Mads Mikkelsen could never play Doctor Doom. He was already in the MCU. And I was like, well, here we fucking are.
Well, here's Iron Man playing
Here's
another,
Iron
like,
Man playing Doctor Doom.
dare I say, the most impactful, like, popular superhero in the Marvel MCU. Iron Man is now playing a villain.
Now, once again, I think this will work really well if it's just Doctor Doom. Like if it's not the
He's like wearing the mask type of thing around the heroes, and the heroes don't necessarily know that it's like
I just want
a Tony Stark lookalike or something.
I don't want this to feel like, oh, it's Tony Stark, or I just want it to be Doctor Doom. You cannot fuck up Doctor Doom, the Marvel villain. Like that's him. He is him, the Marvel.
He's like the first villain you think of with Marvel,
when I think of Marvel
other than
villains,
Thanos, I guess.
When I think of Marvel villains, it's Doctor fucking Doom.
Yeah, that's. I guess when you think about it, like even I guess before the MCU movies and Thanos, I didn't know really who Thanos was. Mine was Doctor Doom.
It's Doctor Doom. Like it's Doctor fucking Doom.
I guess in like the Apocalypse guy, whatever his name is, the dude who has like that weird like looking helmet thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I forget what his name is.
Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, that guy. So I hope it works out really well. I hope they play it as not RDJ playing Doctor Doom, but I want Doctor Doom. All right. I hope it's not
or more
bait.
Or more so like a alternate universe Tony Stark playing Doctor Doom type of thing. Like you hope, you know what I mean? But
if it is, it's got to be pretty far removed. Like it's got to not feel like Iron Man playing Doctor Doom for me. So I hope it turns out well. I hope it does. I know a lot of people are excited because RDJ, and yeah, that motherfucker can act out his ass. But man, I was so excited to have
so Mads Mikkelsen was like your first choice for Doom.
That I think that's what I saw. But at the same time, like I was also in the camp, like, oh well, I mean, he's kind of already been in the MCU, like it would feel a little weird. Mm-hmm. But once again, like if they don't tie it so hard to the character they previously played, if they don't try, if they try to make the person look significantly different, and not draw attention to it, then I would be totally chill. I'd be totally down for it. My worry is that we're gonna get Iron Man as the main villain instead of Doctor Doom being the main villain. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know who I would really liked for Doctor Doom? Jamie Lannister. Nicholas Coaster Waldo. I would have really liked him as Doctor Doom. I thought that would have been kind of interesting.
And a lot of people were also pushing for Cillian Murphy.
Oh, that would have been cool. I also think like
his name.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, my bad. A lot of people pushing Cillian Murphy, and I was like, dude, if they got Cillian Murphy, I would have creamed my little pants.
Me too.
I would have creamed my goddamn pants.
I'm like looking at a thing here, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would have been a banger, Doom.
Nathan Fillion, Idris Elba. Ben Mendelsohn. He's like the guy from the guy from what's the Star Wars movie where they all die at the end and it's like actually one of the good Star Wars movies? Rogue One. He's like the evil like dude who's like, we were this close. Like
I could have seen that. You know, maybe a little bigger in stature. I could have, but
he is a little small. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm kind of where you are, Blue. I don't think it was the best choice, but I don't think it was like the worst choice. The nostalgia bait, gets me a little bit. I'm kind of with you though. I would prefer it. I don't want the heroes to be like, we gotta fight this. Like, cause like I'm thinking, guys, there's a new bad guy. We need to stand up to him. Yeah, like fuck this guy. And then they start fighting this guy. They break his mask, and then they find out it's Tony Stark, and now they have this whole like existential crisis. Like, we can't fight Tony Stark.
And if they do that, I'm actually gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be Marvel's #1 hater if they pull that shit. And they're
And see,
also,
like,
and you know
that
what they're
for me
gonna
would be the
do?
only thing.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fucking do it. And if they do it, but I know they're gonna fucking do it. I'm sorry, I'm going in a circle, but I'm just saying, I just want to
You're good.
reiterate it how much I'm gonna be mad if they pull a stupid fucking wow, uh fucking Spider-Man saw Tony Stark's face when he saw Doctor Doom. He's like, whoa. I'm gonna be like, whoa. How do I kill myself in the movie theater? Because they're gonna pull one of those things where everyone is going to see his face one by one, and they're gonna be like, exactly like you said, they're gonna be like, whoa, Iron Man. But if they, but the right play is to not make it about Iron Man. The right play is to be like, it's just RDJ just happens to be playing Doctor Doom. It's just
Yeah.
RDJ playing Doctor Doom. It's not Iron Man playing Doctor Doom. RDJ does not look like RDJ. RDJ, it's Doctor Doom. It is Doctor Doom. It is Doctor Doom. It is not Iron Man playing Doctor Doom. I'm so scared we're gonna get Iron Man playing Doctor Doom, and we're gonna get all the it's Iron Man tropes. Going. I'm gonna find the nearest noose. I'm gonna build a noose generator in the theater. I'm gonna build whatever. What's that shit in Minecraft where you do like you just create shit
Oh,
out of thin
nerd
air?
pole? Oh, what? Break shit out of thin air?
You create shit out of thin air. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that where
Okay.
you have the generator powered by fucking
Oh,
redstone. I'm gonna make
cobblestone generator.
I'm gonna make a noose generator because I do not want to go down. I want new things from Marvel. I don't want the same. I don't want the old. And I mean, for a lot of people, I guess that's what they want now, right? Because it has been a deceptively long amount of time since Endgame, and that that era of Marvel. But still, like I was hoping they would like pull it back and really find the path they were looking for with the main villain and the vision they were going for. Obviously, with the Jonathan Major stuff, right? Like that kind of got a kind of had a splinter put into their plans.
Yeah,
Also, Quantumania
definitely.
sucked ass, but
Yeah.
man,
It was hard for me to take Kang seriously after he lost to Ants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Like,
lost to Ant-Man and Ant-Man's little family, which is like, okay, cool, but like your big bad already lost to one of the least
do you think that
imposing.
do you think they address like that and like what happened to Kang in the MCU, or they just like move on? Like they don't even like.
I think they brushed it along because technically, as of right now, they kind of in a pretty sad way, they kind of already have a fairly okay resolution for Kang
Mm-hmm.
with him being defeated in Quantumania. So a bit sad, but
Yeah.
that's how the cookie crumbles. That being said, I am excited to see Doctor Doom in the MCU.
Yeah, for sure.
I am tepid at best about RDJ playing Doctor Doom because as all of the things I have described already. I really hope we don't get nostalgia bait. But
Yeah.
I am excited. I and what the one thing I will say I am excited about because it does sound sick on paper is seeing Pedro Pascal
Dude, I was just about to say that. Like,
face off against Robert Downey fucking Jr. That
exactly.
is
That's
going
like
to be hype, and I will give them that. They probably
that's where I
saw that.
was.
They probably saw that on paper and were like, guys, this is gonna fucking bang. We gotta cast RDJ.
Yeah. And like that was literally what I was about to say. I was like, if there is one redeeming quality about this, and it's more so like Pedro Pascal, I think is a great Reed Richards choice. Because like Doctor Doom's main villain, like Doc Ock, Spider-Man, Superman, Lex Luthor, Reed Richards, Doctor
Doctor
Doom.
Doom.
So like, hopefully, I saw that the Fantastic Four movie just started shooting. So like, hopefully that goes all well. I do like the casting of that movie. I've never been the biggest Fantastic Four fan. I mean, obviously, the Jessica Alba ones, I guess, were okay. I didn't really like go out of my way to watch those, or Chris Evans was in those as well. But did you ever watch the new Fantastic Four with Miles, whatever his name is?
Watched it as a
When he's like, say that again.
watched it
That's like the
as
only thing that came from that movie was that meme.
yeah, I mean watched it as generous. I tuned out pretty early on because I was like watching it in I think I was just watching it in my living room or some shit, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yep, this is a movie of all time."
Yeah, this is definitely a movie. But I don't think I'm as doom as gloom as you. I think I will be as doom as gloom with you if like, wait, which Tony's the real Tony? Like, which one do I shoot? Like, I don't want like that kind of confusion or some sort of like
And then Tom
battle where
Holland,
Piper's like, he looks like Tony. We can't fight
yeah,
him. Like,
Piper is like,
I
"Oh
don't,
no," and then
I
Tom
just don't
Holland's
want
like,
that.
"No, no,
Yeah,
Mr. Stark." Yeah.
Yeah, like it's you. Like, let's be best friends. Like, no, like I just want. I don't know, but like it would be weird for them to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face and just say like, oh, that's like, and then pretend like that's not Iron Man in front of them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's almost worse. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know like what I want them to do. Like, because I feel like if they did see Tony Stark's face and they just kept going on like it was nothing, then it's like, okay, that's like weird. Like that.
No,
So I really don't know
no,
like what I want. Like I don't know what I want
no,
or how to. But like you said, maybe they do like a ton of makeup on RDJ. You know, we've seen
and he
Robert Downey
doesn't look
Jr.
like.
do a lot of makeup in the
Yep,
past with roles. So maybe they do something a little different with Doctor Doom, which I would
please,
totally be okay with. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
please.
Did they announce anything? Oh, and then we officially did get the next two Avengers movies. Avengers Doomsday, I think is like May 2026. And then we get Avengers Secret Wars, which I think everybody has been waiting for.
Yep.
In 2027. Which is insane. I don't know. Isn't the like idea between Secret Wars is like Spider-Man fighting another Spider-Man in an alternate universe? Like that's kind of like or like Marvel heroes fighting other Marvel heroes from alternate universes. Or am I
Um,
mistaken?
Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, give you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. I know it might be like a weird kind of topic or something kind of sensitive to talk about, but Hims is changing the game. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. When my time comes, you know I'm going to be coming to Hims for sure. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/GG. That's HIMS.com/GG for your personalized ED treatment options. Him.com/GG. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or variety over safety of effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with the healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's always easy to compare yourself to other people. I mean, I've talked about it a million times. I've done it all the time, especially with other content creators, comparing myself, looking at their numbers versus my numbers, which is probably literally the most unhealthy thing you can do. That's actually one of the things my therapist and I talked about, and what like methods and tools I can use to not do that and, take away, my joy and by just comparing myself to others. And now I really don't even try and compare myself to anybody. I just stay in my own lane and, I'm happy with the process and happy with everything that comes along the way. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast.
I don't think it's quite. Oh,
Let's see.
let me think about this. It's. I guess it is. I mean, yeah, it's like an
So it
interdimensional
says
thing.
in
It's
the story, the Beyonder becomes
yeah,
fascinated with Earth's superheroes and
yeah.
teleports them to Battleworld against their will, along with
It's
supervillains.
it's kind of like kind of like a greatest hits kind of feeling where you have like universes colliding type feeling.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the big crossover that like the multiverse was made for. for
Okay.
sure. So, I mean, Secret Wars is definitely the everyone's coming to get. It's like the Super Smash Bros of Marvel. It's the everyone's
Everybody
here. Yeah.
probably even get like Chris Evans back for that.
Oh Christ, that would
Um,
it'll be interesting. Because they have been building up the, I guess, the
I guess we
prelude to
will.
Secret Wars for all these years. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we even get the Beyonder. Um,
Another cool thing. The Russos said they're directing these movies. So these are going to be like the Russo twins. They're brothers. I don't know if they're twins. Are they twins? I don't know. They look very similar. Um, Thunderbolts premiered its first footage. I don't know what Thunderbolts is. Um, I guess they showed some Fantastic Four footage as well. I'm trying to find if they can announce anything else at Comic Con, but the only thing that's popping up, surprisingly, of course, is just the RGH thing. Oh, Blue, I forgot to ask. Have you seen Deadpool yet?
haven't seen Deadpool. I'm actually going to see it
Okay.
later this week, and I'm really excited.
Okay, yeah, I was curious. I'm sure people were wondering if we've seen it. Yeah, I have not seen it as well. I've had no time to go see it. I have somehow avoided spoilers just because I have yet to be like on my phone or social media this whole weekend. Um, so I have been able to avoid spoilers. Um, so very excited for that movie. I've heard only good things. Um, let's see. I'm looking here if there's anything else. Silo season 2 hits Apple TV. That was announced there. Um, Nothing. Yakuza is getting a live adaptation through Amazon. Are you excited for that, Blue? Do you like Yakuza?
I'm interested.
Yeah. Um, let's see. I'm looking if there's anything else. Apparently, Invincible has a new suit in season 3. They teased that. Uh, Rings of Power got a new trailer. The Boys got a prequel series that I'm pretty excited about. That's gonna follow like Soldier Boy and those guys.
I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, that'll be pretty fun. Oh, Mr. Fruit, I'm sorry. Netflix announced that a BioShock series got a production cut. They or cost. Their cost or their budget, I guess, went down. So it's going to be a smaller framed show from the mouths of Netflix.
I mean, the original Bioshock was a pretty grounded show, so I can definitely see it working. Um, it would be funny if it bangs so hard on a lower budget, and then the studio was like, "Told you, motherfuckers, eat shit."
Yeah. Um, we got another Transformers 1 trailer, which I don't know if I love or hate. I don't know yet. Pokemon's Horizons is ready to level up. There's a new patch coming to the Pokemon Horizons episodes. Oh, wait. There's a new batch, not patch, of episodes debuting August 9th. Did you like Pokemon Horizons Blue?
It's a show.
Okay. It is a show, indeed. And that's pretty much only the cool things that I can see that were announced at Comic Con. Maybe there's some stuff announced today. We'll see. Um,
I'm sure more will be. So
yeah. I mean, it's the last day, I think.
yeah,
Um,
the
uh,
RDJ thing was definitely the highlight of Comic Con for sure. I think
oh God, like
I think everyone
totally.
knows that they're not going to drop any more nuclear bombs of that size, but yeah,
I mean, probably because Marvel dropped a lot of nuclear bombs in the latest Deadpool. I'm really excited to see how like this Deadpool movie really ties the MCU like back together because that's what apparently it's doing. Anything else, Blue, you wanted to touch on before we do some Q&A?
let's shotgun some good Q&A, brother.
Um, I didn't delete this. Pop Kurt says with the new Elden Ring expansion that came out, what's your guys' favorite builds to use? Um, I am Bonk. I put it all into strength and just hit you with a big hammer. That's what I like play as.
Um, I haven't played the DLC
I
yet,
don't parry.
but I do plan on it. My usual go to is usually strength because I do like big bonk, but I like big bonk because of big swords, not big hammers.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm probably gonna do more of a dexterity build this time around. You know, I want to give it. I want to give a quality build a try. I haven't really done that yet. Maybe like katanas or some shit. The only build that I'm not a fan of, I don't really like heavy magic builds, but
Me either.
I do eventually want to try like a heavy faith build because I do be liking being uh not just a normal magic caster, but like a
Mhm.
like a flame boy,
Yeah.
and then
I do think like go ahead.
I did see the perfumer bottles, like the actual weapon. And I'm
Mhm.
kind of interested to try those out.
Yeah, like I always kind of give shit to magic users, but I do think it would be kind of fun to do it once, you know.
For sure, 100%.
Jimmy says, Blue, what are your thoughts on the ban waves against bot hostess in TF2?
I'm really happy. I think a lot of people have been raging for the bot apocalypse because
Yeah.
TF2 has been really struggling really hard because it's just tough. Seeing your game essentially get taken over by bots and Valve doing literally nothing for a long time.
I
It
mean,
definitely kills the interest in
CS2
TF2.
has bots issue too. Like, I just don't think like right now CS has like 1.3 million players playing right now. I guarantee like half of those are bots.
Yeah,
Guarantee.
and I mean, yeah, but in TF2, which is such a social game and such a the game is not just
True. Those bots are just in like private lobbies farming cases. They're not really like affecting my gameplay, you know?
yeah, and TF2 is such a social game. TF2 is such a you'd really start feeling it, and the quality of the experience can definitely go down. And
Gosh.
it's extra tough in TF2 because unlike CS, the like Valve is not paying attention at all. So it's only gotten worse and worse and worse. So, but
Yeah, you guys get more cases in summer cosmetics than we ever do.
Sag.
I did buy the new like there is a new in the summer 2024 cosmetic case. I guess that's what they do in TF2. There's like a new heavy mask that's based off of MF Doom. So I bought one. It was only like $1.
I did see that.
It's really
Rob's more
sick.
into a TF2 than I am.
I just love Steam items. Like I'm a sucker for Steam items. Pop Kurt says, Robin Blue, what are your craziest trips on weed? um, I don't, I don't know. I've never been
I don't
like,
think I've ever had a crazy trip on weed, to be honest.
I've never had a crazy trip on weed, but I've had a trip on spice, which is like a synthetic weed, which like you should never smoke ever, ever. And I mean that. Don't ever smoke this bullshit.
Really should never
It's like
do anything synthetic, lads.
for sure. So like, well, this was like in high school, and my buddy was on probation at the time, and he wanted to smoke, but he couldn't smoke. So back in the day, these I don't know like if they were companies or what, but they were making like fake weed that would basically like get you fucked up, but like you're smoking like synthetic weed. And bro, I'll never forget it. It was called like Armageddon or like Bling Bling Monkey or some bullshit like that. But we were on our way to like a movie and I'll never forget it, dude. Like my heart, like I literally was like having like a low key heart attack. And I was like, dude, I need to go home. Like, you need to take me home. And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, like my girlfriend and I are fighting, like, and I'm really sad now, and I want to go home." And he took me home. I literally like went in my room, put on Family Guy, and cried, and then knocked myself out of it, and just said, "Don't have a heart attack. Don't have a heart attack. Don't have a heart attack. Don't have a heart attack." Now that wasn't on weed. That was on something called spice. But I've never tripped like on weed, like ever. I've never had like a freak out or anything like that.
Yeah, can't say I've ever had like a
Um,
directly from weed. Yeah, I can't say I have.
Kara says, "What year of your life do you think you'll always remember?" Um, I don't know, dude. This year's starting off pretty well. In terms of like memorable things and like exciting and happy things. Um, what year of your life do you always will you always remember? I don't know. My senior year of high school was a lot of fun. Like I had a ton of fun. At that point, I was like already accepted into CSU, and I wasn't really giving a fuck about my classes anymore. So I just got that fun. I guess that that would be 2012, 2013.
Past couple years been pretty sick, but I can't say there's like a specific year where I'm just like best time of my life because I'm definitely like a ebbs and flow type of dude, and it's never like it's usually like a couple months period. It's never like a whole last year. You know what I mean? From healing it, but past couple years
Yeah,
been pretty sick. Say
I
I've
definitely
been
think like obviously my
loving everything.
year
Yeah,
like I haven't had my wedding yet, so that'll definitely probably make this year a little bit
it's
more
gonna be like, oh my god,
memorable.
2024 is the year for the rest of our lives, babe.
Yeah, so probably that
Live,
maybe.
laugh, love.
One Lax says, "Would you all be down with a possible remake of the Game of Thrones series? If so, would you prefer it to be live action or animated?"
I can definitely see them maybe one day doing a redo of the final season, but I don't want them to redo it because I mean, like at the end of the day, what happened happened.
Yeah, like the first like 4 seasons of that show are like untouchable. I mean, I would say first 3, 4 or 5 are like okay, and then like what is it like 6 is just like the worst thing ever. I don't remember what the final season number was, but whatever the last season is, ass my ass. But I probably wouldn't want to see it done again. Kind of like Blue said, what's done is done. Um, you know, I forgot what is dead may never die. Unfortunately, we should just let that one die.
Plus, I
Because
think
like I think Game of Thrones has way more like cooler stories to tell than telling the same one we've already heard. Like I
yeah,
want to hear about
exactly.
I want to see like Aegon, like I want to see him conquer like Westeros. I want to see High Valyria. Like I want to see like what High Valyria looked like and like the doom of Valyria. Like that's the stuff that I want to see. I don't want to see Ned Stark getting his head cut off again. Like I don't want to see that.
I think yeah, I mean they're kind of already going through the Game of Thrones universe with stories that are finished, so you don't have them fucking up the final stories. House of the Dragon, right, is has been pretty banger so far, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm excited to see more Game of Thrones stories, but I don't think we need to do. I don't think we need to do a rehash of the
I
Game of
agree.
Thrones story that already got told.
Now, if they were like, hey, we're bringing like if they announced like say like 2028 or something like that, everybody is like still kind of looks like their characters,
Yeah, yeah.
and they said like, hey, everybody is back Smash style, and we're doing the final season again, written by George R. R. Martin or something like that, or
I
like
would be in. I would be in.
yeah, like that would probably be like the only
But
way
that's it.
like it would. But I highly doubt that ever happens ever.
Yeah, I
But
highly doubt that ever happens because I highly doubt we ever get the final fucking book from George R. R. Martin.
yeah, exactly. That too. So say like in 2028, book comes out, he actually does his own ending and like they want to adapt that and like take and try and have it be the original cast. I would be cool with that. But it would have to be like the original cast. So it
Yeah.
would have to be like sooner rather than later, which like Blue said, I don't know when George is getting this book out. MC534, in your opinion, what is the most underrated salad dressing?
Underrated? Is there an underrated salad dressing?
That's what I was wondering. I was gonna say I think
I
like
feel
the
like they're all pretty
Caesar
cut and
dressing
dry.
is like perfectly rated. I think I don't like vinaigrette. Like
I'm a Caesar stand for life, so
yeah, I'm with you. So funny story. Cindy and I were going to our tasting, and I was team Caesar salad, but Sydney was like, a Caesar salad's like so boring. But I was like, but like everybody loves a Caesar salad. Like nobody sees a Caesar salad and goes, ugh, like I'm
yep,
not eating
yep,
that.
yep.
So we tried like this farmer's market salad where it was like basically like all the fresh like fruit and vegetables from our local farmer's market, and then parentheses like may vary parenthesis. Um and we ate it and it was ass. It was fucking disgusting. I literally looked at her and I was like, we're getting Caesar. And we got Caesar.
Hell yeah.
So we will have Caesar salad at the wedding for you.
Fucking right.
Space says a little basketball talk, but you guys seen the Team USA lineup? They have been some great games. The Curry lob to LeBron for the dunk on Canada and Jason Tatum spin move while guarding was definitely some highlights for me. Yeah, I mean, my highlight for me is Derek White's on the basketball team for the United States of America, and I still have yet to cop a jersey. So that's all I
Yes.
really give a
Let's
fuck
gas.
about. Like, I cannot believe my boy is on, uh, like hanging up there with like LeBron, Katie, like people that like we watched in high school that like I know for a fact he watched in high school. It's just crazy.
I'm not a big Olympics watcher, I gotta admit. So
We watched a little bit yesterday. We were watching some judo. That was really interesting. I learned my friend of 8 years, or like my friend of like 13 years, just dropped on us randomly. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a black belt," and I was like, "No, you're not. Shut up." But apparently he is. But he has to still prove it with picks. But we'll see if that's true. We watched like handball. Like I feel like I could make the handball Olympic team, and that's like not even a joke. Like I swear, I don't know how these people fucking miss. Like I just I don't I like that sport looks so easy. If you're a handball player, please comment below why I'm wrong and why handball is like difficult or like hard. I just don't understand how you're jumping in front of a goal that's pretty big, and I just don't get that sport. It looks so easy. Like I could do it. I really do think I could be a handball player for the United States team. Now, tell me why I'm wrong, Mr. Handball guy in the comment sections, or tell me why I'm right. I would like to know. You're not a big Olympic watcher, but did you watch the opening ceremony at all?
I did watch the opening ceremony and I was pretty sick. I
There was
do,
the part where they brought out that like heavy metal band and it was like
dude.
playing. That part was sick.
That was
That
crazy.
part was sick.
They always go pretty hard on the openings, and then also kind of shocked to see Beyonce introducing the NA Olympics team. I was like, holy shit, Beyonce's here. Holy fucking shit, Beyonce's here. So that was sick. Yeah, this was a pretty gaudy, over the top opening, but as far as like
Actually watching events
actual
and stuff.
sporting and events and competition, I think the only one that I keep on my radar is the women's gymnastics.
That's a good
That's
one.
about it.
Those are always like super fun to watch.
Those
I was
are always,
watching
like,
the
super
male gymnastics
competitive.
yesterday.
There's like a lot of the gymnastics always. There's like always a lot of tension to it, and that's like it makes it entertaining.
Yeah, man, those people are freak athletes, man. Like gymnasts. Like I was watching this like
Terrifying, yeah.
male gymnast doing a floor routine, bro. At like at one point, he just started like breakdancing in the middle of it, like just like it was insane.
The shit that they do, some ninja type shit, is super sick. Seeing what people can do with their bodies at an athletic level is crazy. I think the only other one that like I get really interested in is like the snowboarding. But since we're not the Winter Games, can't watch that. So yeah.
Accelerate 03 says, what for you guys has been the hardest video game level to beat out of all video game levels you've played? Also, Mr. Fruit is doing, I hope you're doing well. Can't wait to have him back in the tip top shape. Same.
Same.
I mean, one level I go to is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Super Nintendo. There was like a water level where I had like these it was like these electric coral, and you had to like swim and not touch the coral while also like it I mean it is a notorious level. I mean, if you are a 90s kid and you had an SNES and you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know what I'm talking about. It's like one of those. It's almost kind of like the other one I was going to say was, this one's a little bit more niche. The Lion King game. I forgot what console or like whatever I had it for, but the part where it's like I just can't wait to be king. You have to like jump over this giraffe. And I think like people went back and looked. I think it's like a frame perfect jump. Like if you don't do it frame perfect, you won't ever get it. And it's basically like a glitch almost in the game that like will never be patched, obviously. That jump you can't make unless it's like a perfect frame jump. So I guess the Lion King or giraffe level 2. Those are my 2
Damn.
that I can think of. Yeah, those
Uh,
are like they like, and the water temple in Ocarina of Time. That too.
Heard a kitty.
Yeah, she's right here.
I'm not gonna do like MMO raids because I feel like that's cheating. I will say, yeah, as far as like a conventional video game level, The hardest for me, not because it was hard, but because it was mentally hard, was Dire Docks in Mario 64. Obviously, like a walk in the park, a pretty chill world, but for some reason, I don't know where I got it from. Maybe it's like repressed trauma. I was so fucking terrified of like underwater monsters. And so the eel, I could never finish Dire Docks because I didn't want to go down there and deal with the whole eel, like that giant eel nest where I had to get one of the stars. So I just never did it. Um, Eventually later down the line, I did do it. I nutted it up and figured it out. But yeah, I don't. It's just any underwater levels with eels, even in Mario Sunshine when I was growing up. Like when I had to do the eel level, I was like, it was so difficult. I was terrified of
Yeah.
underwater monsters. So yeah, that.
Next question from here. Where'd my thing go? Esquire Jaeger says was curious if either of you were planning on posting more YouTube content or a possible VOD channel or anything like that. Yeah, my channel's just become like a short and VOD channel. That's just what it's gonna be. Like I'm just throwing up my YouTube VOD or my Twitch VODs on there now.
I don't know. I'm kind of content just being guest star on other people's stuff. I don't like the commitment of having to create videos. It stresses me out.
Chandler Price says, "Who's y'all favorite character in a show or a movie?" My favorite character in a show or
That's
a movie?
absurd. That's such an absurd question. I can't answer
It
that.
is. It is. But I'm gonna try. The first one that comes to my mind is Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones.
He's kind
I
of
love Tywin Lannister. You know, he's an asshole, but like he has a code and he lives by it, and that is why he is the most powerful man in Westeros.
true.
Like, you don't become the most powerful man in Westeros by making friends, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
kind of an
that
impossible
is a
task for
pretty
me. I don't think I'm able
pretty
to.
unfair question.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people have like a favorite character for sure, but I can't say I have like a singular favorite. I have so many characters I love, so yeah, that's impossible to ask for me.
Andre says maybe a bit controversial, but I'll say it. Hunter x Hunter is overrated as fuck, especially that Chimera ant arc is
Cook,
trash. Uh,
cook. Actually, cook.
What anime do you guys think is overrated? I don't know. I mean, with the amount I've watched One Piece, I don't think One Piece is like bad. Um, um, I did watch Kaiju number 8 this week, a little bit. Um, I thought that was good. I haven't really watched an anime that I was like, I think this is kind of shitty. Like most animes that I watch are like
Yeah, but I
are
mean, the question
pretty
isn't that they're
decent.
bad. The question is, what do you think is
Overrated.
overrated?
Like that's the thing. Like I don't think I've ever watched an anime where I was like, I think like this is overrated.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I will say this. This might be a hot take. I didn't I didn't think the ending of the Attack on Titan was all that great. I thought it was kind of okay. I thought it was I don't know. I thought there was kind of a lot to be desired. Maybe I'm wrong there. Or maybe it was just really confusing too, and I hadn't seen it in a while, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Maybe that played a part into it. But Attack on Titan is really the only one that I can Attack on Titan specifically, the last like ending, like that whole part. That. As a whole, the anime is amazing. I just didn't like the last part.
Overrated. I mean, my main overrated anime is always gonna be One Piece. I've I've given it a lot of shots, and I just haven't been able to connect with it. So for me, it's always going to be overrated. I just can't get into it. You love One Piece, I'm so happy for you. You have an anime that is going to outlive you probably. But for me, it's just never grabbed me.
So yeah, that'll do it today for the GG Over Easy podcast. Thank you guys all for
Woo!
listening and hanging out today. Mr. Fruit, once again, would love for you
We
to
miss
chime
you,
in, but
Mr.
that's okay.
Fruit. A little quiet this
We will be
episode, big
back.
guy, but you'll get
Yeah,
there.
we'll be back next week for some more gaming. Again, hope you're doing well, Mr. Fruit. We're with you, King. We'll be back next week for some more talking. Bye, guys.
See ya.